Welcome back to part 2. So what I've decided to do, I am going to glue, but I'm going to do everything else first, which I probably shouldn't, but if I don't, I'm not going to get it done in part 2. So I wasn't sure if I was going to use a pendant or the prism. I did decide to use the prism, and all I did was put a jump ring and a few links of chain, and I'm going to now put this in the middle of the bottom. Let's see if I can find 6. Okay, I think it's about here. That looks good to me. Oh, maybe it's here. This is the hard part. Okay, and I probably should bend this a little bit because I have a hard time. And I'm just going to slip that right in between, hopefully. There we go. And I'm going to add my prism like that. And you're supposed to use 2 pair of pliers to open and close jump rings. Half the time I don't, but this is the right way. I should have done it this way to open it as well. Now let me take a look. I just want to close this a little bit more. It looks like it's closed all the way, just a little tiny space. There. No, I think that's better. I guess that'll work. Ideally, I would like to have it stay like that. It does that if I use the paper. Oh, there we go. No, it's all right. Paperclip chain with 1 paper link in between with 2 jump rings really does a nice job. Maybe I'll change it later. Not right now. What I'd like to do now is put the chain on, and then I have to be careful because I don't want to get any glue on it. And I do have to put a dot of glue on every single one of these. So maybe I'll skip the one that is near here. So the way I do it, let's see if I can do it this way. You don't want it to be close because then it doesn't look good. It looks silly if it's too close together at the top. You want it to be far enough apart where it just hangs in a nice way. So let's see. You can't go by counting them because they're not all the same anyway, but I think I'd like it right? No, not there. Maybe right there. And it has to be before before where you put your branch on. And if I go straight across, oops, not like that. If I go straight across, it is about that long. So what I'll do, I'll just fold this in half and see what it gives me. It's a little bit long. I'm just going to clip it off. It doesn't have to be exact. And you don't throw away any extra chain, as you can see. I use it for other things. Okay, now let's try and see if I can get this on. What did I say about here? I'll know in a minute. I think that's about right. This should have been done a long time ago. I put it down to do all the stuff I had to get done. Now I'm just getting back to it. Okay, so now I'm going to close that up. Perfect. Now I'm just going to bring it across and see. I'm thinking right there. I don't want to lose it. I think this is the one. Okay. I'll try it and see if it works. Hopefully, with the first try, it'll hang good. Well, that didn't work out. Just gotta play with it for a minute. Get it to close. And that's what happens when you don't do it the way you're supposed to. Alright, I just want to see if it even works. You have to hold it up first and look at it. And I think it looks fine. Now I'm going to show you what I meant when I said they slide. Just from me holding it, you see this space right here? It wasn't there before. It pulls it and they move, see? And then you break a branch down in there. That's why I would lace, but instead, today, I'll glue. So now that does it for the tree. The only thing left now is to glue. And I'm going to stay away from those two. And then I'll come back and I'll glue it later when it dries. I'm going to put it down in front of the fan. Okay. So I'm going to start. Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to show you. The pot with the butterfly. Perfect. Looks really nice. And then when you flip it over, you don't see it at all. So either way, it's going to look beautiful. I like this little tree. I think it came out cute. Before I do that, I just want to double check the placement of my branches and make sure. Because I don't want them to move. Not these two anyway. I think it's okay. And of course I don't have my glue out. I've been working on the workspace and I got all caught up in it again. I will pause for 1 minute. Okay, now I will also put this in the description box below. This is the glue that I used. It is from Amazon and I will link it. So I have to stay away from the two little wires before, I mean right after my jump ring. I should have waited to do this, but we're going to try it and see what happens. And hopefully well, at least I'm not going to get my fingers glued today. Alright, so let's see if I can get closer to you. That's the best I can do. And I'm going to put just one little drop. That's it. And it will run down in between your wires and onto your hoop, and it will not cloud your beads. And once this is on, you're done. It does not move. So I'm not going to put it, I'm going to stay clear of that one. Let's see if I can maybe, watch me push my luck. Okay, I'm going to leave that right there. Oh, should I? I'll get back to it. I don't want to make a mistake and have it not where it wants to be, because then I won't be able to fix it. And I'm putting it on very light, just oops, air bubble, because I'm going to pick this. This is actually the back of a, like a frame where you put your photo in. That's the back part. And I use this for glue. This is coming out fast now. I don't know why. And that's it. I'm going to stay clear of that, and after it dries I'll come back and do the last two little parts that I missed. And there you have it. That is part 2. It is done. When it's done drying, I'll take a few photos. I will make a short and then I'll share it with you. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. Bye.